In this video, I want to talk about something very controversial. Please don't roast me in the comment section there. But I just thought about saying this being single and building a homestead, how it was possible for me, and what does that mean. So I just want to talk about being single. I'm a single woman. I'm a single mom of 3 boys, and I'm building my homestead in the rural areas of Zimbabwe, where I want to relocate and live there. I don't intend to go and live in the city, so I want to go and live in the rural areas. And why did I choose to build in the rural areas? Well, because I just want something slow. I don't want to go to and live in the city again. I mean, the pressure of the city. I want to take it slow because that's my retirement. So I want to go and, just live a slow, peaceful life. That's the reason why. And also, where I am building, that's not where I come from, like where my parents, where I was born. Okay, yeah. So that's not Kumusha Kwedu. That's a totally different place that I had to look for myself and started building from scratch. And a lot of people, they talk about what do you do when you are a mature single woman? What do you do when you want to build in the rural areas? Do you go back to where you came from and build from there, or do you look for a place of your own? So in my case, really, I didn't want to go back to our village where I come from where my mom and my dad, they have their homestead. No, because I was raised in the rural areas, only moved to the city when I was beginning my university. So the reason why I don't want to go there is, one, it's very far away from Harare, and I have Navari in Harare, and I want to be closer to them, just also being there to support them. And also, I don't want to be too isolated from because I lived in Harare before I came to the UK. So that's where my friends, my family also is, besides my children, my other family members, they are in Harare. So I want to be closer to them. They are my support system. So I want to be closer. And also, I just don't want to go to Mashingo, where we come from, because it's also far. Like I said, I want that to be close to Harare, and also because if I want to go to the city, do my shopping, or if I want something, then I'm close to the city. That's the reason why I chose going to build in Seke. And the other advantage of being single is I don't have to ask anyone to say, where should we build. If, say, I was married, I would have asked my spouse where we would want to build, and it's not a decision that I would just make on my own, in as much as it will be good to discuss and agree. But I think that when you are single, it's easy to make your decisions because it's just whatever comes to your head. Really, you do that. You don't have to sit down and speak to someone about anything. You just do what you want. And it also makes the planning and execution of plans easier, because the moment when you are with someone and you have to agree on things, let's say, for example, just going to homestead, it's a decision. Maybe it's something, probably, if we were to, if there was someone that I would have to to bring that to someone to say, this is what I'm thinking about. What do you think? If they don't want to live in a rural area, then there goes the dream. So when you are single, it's just you do what you want. You, like in my case, I want to go and live in the rural areas. I want to retire in the rural areas, and I did that. I don't have to make it, I mean, to inquire, to ask someone. And so it's just a decision that I just easily make. There is also, I'm not saying that is the reason why I went to Seke instead of Mashingo, that families, our black families, they find it difficult for, when a mature single daughter of theirs come to build in their within their family. Most of them, they really find it difficult. They don't want, to be honest. Vazhinji vedu vanana baba vedu kwatinobva uku, vamwe havazvifarire zvekuti sisi muhombe vazodzoka vauya vazogara pano vakuvaka. They don't like things like that. Saka, at times, just going somewhere on your own, you don't really need to deal with that. And also being independent, mature, working on my own, providing for anything that I need. I can just do it on my own because I don't need anyone to help me to finance whatever. I mean, the homesteading, I just use my own money and I can make the decisions. So it's some of those things, really. In my case, I didn't even attempt to ask Kuti, I want to come back and build, because I didn't even want to go there in the first place. But this is something that other people who are single, when they want to build, they go through Hadranzi, vana baba vari family, and ask them if they could come back and build, and it's just something else. And also something that people might not want to talk about, but which is real in African families, is vana varora, our sisters-in-law, our brothers' wives, when they see you coming back and building, then they would think that you are there kuzonetsana navo. So instead, to avoid all that, it's better, I think, for all the single women who would want to build in the rural areas. Even if someone would ask me for advice and they have the resources, I would just advise them to find their own independent place far away from the madding crowd, and just build themselves their own place, really. And but like I said, it depends, really, because at times also, in as much as you would want to avoid the drama, but I wouldn't also want to encourage people to isolate them from their support system. So if you feel that there isn't much support in the first place, and the drama is too much, I would advise single women just to find their own place, really. And then they also comes the elephant in the room. People that would want to ask, they want to know that, okay, you are single, you're building yourself a place. People ask me at times as well that you're building your own place. How about then if you meet someone, what is it that you are going to do? Are they going to come and live with you? What are you going to do? Well, I think we'll cross the river when we get there. But just from the top of my head, if I would have to answer that really. I think being mature and the age that I am, and if I would meet someone and they want to be with me, then they should be ready to respect my life choices. They should be ready to, if I want to live in the rural areas, then they should be prepared to come and live with me there. But now that depends with individual preferences really. Kuti iwe unoprefer zvipi munhu? Would you want to own property nemunhu iyeye? Would you want to, you say, do you want to get married zvekutoenda kuita zvemarriage certificate, or just a traditional marriage? And do you want to put a prenup in place? Because I think when you are older, you should be wiser, because things like owning properties together and things like all those things, they should be things that will be need to be discussed during the beginning of the relationship, before marriage really, so that you know where are we going and what are we going to do, than just rushing into it. And then when you are married to someone, then they will tell you, no, yeah, you have your homestead, but because now you are my wife, you need to come and live with me. So I know that a lot of African men, they would do something like that, really, to be honest. But so that's something that you need to talk about, because I think that when you are older, there should be some degree of wisdom in you, that you don't rush into decisions, you don't make foolish decisions that we used to make when we were in our early 20s. Now you are older, you should be wiser, and you should discuss things with your partner before things become very serious. Just let them know, and then you understand each other, and you should be prepared also to know that when they don't agree with you, then you should be prepared, just to walk away. Because I think there is a time to take nonsense, and there is also time just to be wise and to to stand your ground. If someone loves you and they want to be with you, they should be also they should be able to respect what you want. But anyways, it's all about talking to each other and understanding each other. But I think when you are older, you don't really need to be manipulated. You need also to communicate what your wishes, and so that it's known. So yeah, that is also something that I just thought about discussing. The issue of homesteading. I would want my homestead to be my own, maybe to pass down to my own children. And yeah, no drama, no nothing. So yeah, single ladies who are thinking about homesteading, for example, what would you do? How would you navigate the issue of relationships and maybe marriage later on in life? How would you navigate that? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And that's it for today. Bye.